Today we are making a video on the most useless interview of all time. Was there really any reason to go out there and talk about this? Now I get it. There is an element of responsibility within interviews in the NHL world that lies with the reporters, the people who are asking the questions, the folks whose job it is to go out there and start digging for quotes from these NHL players. There is a market for this type of work, and it's why there are reporters that exist and get paid to do so. But what in the world was the point of this? Today we're talking about former Vancouver Canucks captain Quinn Hughes, current Minnesota Wild defenseman, and his newest interview that was posted onto sportsnet.ca by Sportsnet staff. We are just going to read this article here, and I wanted to give some thoughts. Quinn Hughes says the Wild are a better team than the Vancouver Canucks. And the thing is, when I saw the title, I was like, okay, yeah, that's true. I'm not going to say he's wrong about that, but why in the world is he going out there and talking about it? Well, it's because there were some interviewers that asked him about it. Quinn Hughes didn't mince words when comparing being on the Minnesota Wild to being on the Vancouver Canucks this season. "This is just a better team," Hughes said Monday. "Watching Vancouver, I love a lot of those guys, and it's competitive guys over there who want to do well. It's tough sometimes, and I'm sure it's not where they want to be and where I wanted to be when I was there." The Wild acquired Hughes from the Canucks in December, and going from a last-place team to the sixth-best team in the NHL was understandably a big jump. Hughes admitted that after spending the first 7 seasons of his career in Vancouver, it was a transition to join a new franchise. "Well, it's just you don't know anyone. Like if you have a new job," Hughes said. "If you're working for a company for 7 years and then you go to a new company, you don't know anyone. That's going to be a change for you, I bet." However, the Wild roster has made the move a lot easier for the former Canucks captain. "Just how special the group is here and how easy they've made it for me," Hughes said. "The hockey has been so fun. I said to someone a couple of days ago, I'm getting so many grade A chances every night, getting looks all the time, and it's fun to be able to play with these guys. Fun to play with Brock Faber. And I think as this continues, it should be able to get better and better." Since joining the Wild, Hughes has accumulated 2 goals and 16 assists while being a +5 through 17 games. Minnesota has also won 9 of those 16 games. Meanwhile, the Canucks are currently in the midst of a 10-game losing streak. Hughes said he hasn't really thought about what happened in Vancouver, but it'll hit him eventually. "I'm trying to turn a page and use all my energy and focus towards everything I need to be doing here. But obviously, from time to time, you think about it, and I'm sure at the end of the year, reflect on everything that's happened." Hughes and the Wild take on the Toronto Maple Leafs on Monday. Just when you thought you had seen it all, folks, here it is, the most useless interview of all time. I get it. He was asked about the Canucks. And you know what's funny? The question came from Elliot Friedman. If you watch the video, it's him. And he doesn't ask anything too specific. He says, just tell us, is there any change in the way that the Canucks play and the way that the Minnesota Wild play? Friedman is just asking what's the difference in how these guys play. And then Quinn Hughes takes a second, he thinks about it, and he's like, yeah, no, these guys are just better. Like, buddy, you were the captain of this team. What? Even though that might be true, you don't say that. The captain of the team was put in this position to be the best player and to be a leader and to have all these guys under his wing. That's what being a captain is all about, buddy. And then he's going out there in the media, he's asked a layup softball question. Is there any difference in the way that the Wild play versus the way that the Canucks play? And he's like, yeah. There is a difference. They're just better here. We're just a lot better than the guys back there. And then he's like, yeah, I love a lot of those Canucks guys. They're competitive. And they want to do well, but it's tough because they can't do well. We're better here. Like, what? You were the captain of this team. How could you say that? Like, I don't know. Here's a comment from MD Nux0. Quinn Hughes back at it again with his quitting mentality, proof that he had his one foot out the door for months. The captain of the team quit on his own guys. A guy with this type of mindset will never win a cup. Karma that he ended up in the best division in hockey. Okay, there's a lot of subjectivity towards the end there, and I guess there's subjectivity in the fact that I'm even making this video in the first place, but I don't know, man. I've been starting to see a lot of the comments, and I'm starting to agree with it. Is Quinn Hughes the worst captain the Canucks have had since Mark Messier? I know that's a terrible, terrible thing to say about any human being, but it's like you think about all the captains since, you know, Nazi, Luongo, Henrik Sedin, Bo Horvat. I mean, say what you want about Bo Horvat and whether or not the Canucks actually accomplished anything under him, but at least Bo was a decent captain. He said all the right things while he was in Vancouver. He'll tell you that for free. Yeah, aside from that comment with the Islanders, that was like the only hiccup that Bo Horvat kind of had in his post-Canucks tenure, and he apologized for it. Like, it was a pretty big deal. Bo is just a good old Canadian dude. Maybe not the smartest when it comes to poking the bear in Vancouver, but Quinn Hughes, it's upsetting because this guy is smart. We've known that Quinn is a good old American college kid. He's educated. He prides himself on his intelligence and his reading and his interviews. The fact that he can't even come up with anything better than, yeah, no, there's better here. Yeah, those other guys? Yeah, nah, not the Canucks. Is there any change in the way that we play versus how the Canucks play? Yeah, we're just better here. Canucks fans are going out there and saying, yeah, he won't shut up about it. The Hughes family machine will run its reputation with NHL fans from coast to coast when all is said and done. I guess things are going a little bit off in New Jersey right now, too, so... Kai Talks Canucks says that Hughes should just stop talking about the Canucks altogether. We get it. He's a quitter and disrespected the C. Now he's just rubbing it in. I hope the Wild gets swept round one. And then the opposing perspective is from Henry Longbottom here. Is there anything that he said that's a lie? Management in Canucks had a rising team 2 years ago and let the locker room fall apart, which broke the team. Vancouver is not a better team than Minnesota right now. In fact, the guys in Vancouver wish they had a better team. Also fact, quit making something of nothing. And I think that totally disregards the idea of why Canucks fans are even upset about the comments that Quinn made. It's like, yeah, no, it's not that he's wrong. It's not that oh no, Canucks are actually a better team. Like, no, that's not the case. It's not that what Quinn said it's wrong, it's that he said it at all. He didn't have to say that. He didn't have to go out there and bury his former teammates, the guys that he says that he's super close with and that he has great relationships with and whatever. Like, if I'm a Canuck and I'm hearing that, like, oh, look at this guy. What is he talking about, man? Like, why do you need to say that? I don't know. I think it's a super unnecessary thing. It's the most unnecessary answer he could have given to a question about whether or not Vancouver or Minnesota have changes in the ways that they play. Thoughts in the comment section below. The article will be linked as well. Shout out to Elliot Friedman for getting that answer out of Quinn Hughes. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.